Hello, listeners, and welcome back to the Jeune Mama podcast, where we talk about all things pregnancy, postpartum, motherhood, tips and tricks, and more from a Senegalese American perspective. I'm your host, Aissatou Gise, and today I have a very, very, very special guest for you guys. For those of you who are listening, you don't see who I'm talking about. For those of you who are watching, you see exactly who I'm talking about. And if you've known me for a while or you've been following me on social media for a while, you know exactly who this guest is. So let me just go ahead and introduce her, my friend and my very special sister, Kady Fall. Kady Fall, say hi to my guest.
Hi guys, my name is Kady Fall and I'm super excited to be here with you guys. And God jam. Oh, sorry, we're not God.
I never told you this was a God episode.
Yeah, but we love the God, so I figured we just go God.
We do. Okay. Well, so just a bit of background. For people who have been following me for a while or have been following you, they've seen one or both of us on some story at some point or another. So this is my best friend, Kady Fall. We lived together when we first moved to Atlanta together. And we used to talk all the time about everything. Yeah. And so, of course, life happens. And, you know, you have to grow up and do adult things. She
went off and got married and forgot me.
Now she's married and she forgot me.
Then she had a baby and extra forgot me.
Okay, I don't have a rebuttal for that. But either way, you guys, okay, let's just, can you be serious?
I'm sorry.
People are going to be listening to this in their cars and they want serious content.
I'm just so excited. I haven't been on her in so long, guys.
I know. The last time we did a video together, people loved it because we talked about like the importance of moving out of your parents' house and being independent. And I think even if you don't move out of your parents' house, just the fact of like being in the U.S. as like a first first generation, it's important for you to find your footing and just, you know, be on your own and know how to do that. So that was a popular video, but we're back.
We did another one.
We did another. Oh, that was funny.
What show was it?
It was Betel. Yes. No. It wasn't Betel. It was top 5 or top 10 worst fathers or worst husbands in Senegalese series. Yeah. That was good.
They were pretty bad.
All I remember is...
We should probably do another one because it updated.
It did. But all I remember from that was Papa Juif. Remember Papa Juif from Betel?
Yeah.
Yes, he was bad. Because I told you, he killed somebody. He was like, what? I said, he killed somebody else.
And guys, I still haven't watched Betel. Even though everybody says it's so good. But I feel like it's just been so long ago.
It's a good show. Yeah. But I feel like if you haven't watched it by now.
Yeah, should have. That's probably why I haven't started it.
Don't bother.
It's okay.
Well, speaking of TV shows, that's what we're here to talk about today. So before we started recording, she's like, you send all your guests their questions before they... No, I didn't send her any questions. We're doing this live.
Do y'all see how she tried to say it before me? Because I technically told her I was going to tell you guys before you started recording. I can't believe they might... Why would you do that to me?
That's what I think, deal.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Next time I ain't going to tell you my secrets.
Whatever. So today we are talking about Baabel, Kady Fall. I just have to say, hold on.
Can you tell them how long I told you to watch it?
That's what I was about to say.
Thank you.
I swore off of Marodi. Because Marodi, they be pissing me off, Kady Fall. Yeah. They bring on characters they never show again.
Never.
They put on storylines they never follow through with. Mm-hmm. And so, honestly, since Karma season finale, I never watched Marodi shows again.
Yeah, Karma, you didn't like Karma too well.
I did not. Yeah. I struggle with Karma.
Well, I just think that we get very invested in shows, especially being like in the U.S. Yes. So it's very, very important that you keep our attention. We got a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
So when you start
wasting our time,
and we clearly see ain't nobody wrote no script, and y'all just going off the back of the... I don't want to see it. No, me and Isaac could do that here. I don't need to sit on YouTube and watch that.
You don't think they wrote a script?
Girl, at the end.
The end of...
2 plus 2 was not equaling 4.
It was equaling 6. And more like -2. Because where are the people? They brought on all these people. We were so excited to see them, and then they just didn't have them anymore.
And then I'm sorry, because at this point, towards the end, I'm fully invested in Leia and Majib. And then she just cancels it.
Yes.
She cancels the relationship.
Yeah.
And it really just made me mad.
But I was never team Leia or Majib, so whatever.
I thought it was so cute.
Anyways, today we're talking about Baabel. And just a bit of background, I have heard about Baabel, and I said I wasn't going to watch it because I swore off Marodi. But in the back of my mind, people kept saying, Baabel is a good show. Baabel is a good show. So I was like, damn, do I need to watch Baabel? So here I am.
I finally convinced her, guys.
I done started watching Baabel.
And it's so good. So hold on. Okay, so I've been telling you to watch Baabel, and you finally watched it. What do you think so far?
That's my first question.
Oh my God, we should do the show together always.
Shut up. So, okay. First impressions. It's a beautifully made show. I think that they cast it well.
Definitely.
Everybody looks ñeño. And I know that that's not a thing, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, what does a ñeño look like? But as a fellow ñeño, everybody look ñeño.
Yeah.
Dark skin. I don't know. They just look ñeño. Is that
Are
a
you
thing?
being biased?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
And that's why I didn't want to watch it in the first place, because I knew that it would trigger some things in me.
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't a show that I was supposed to watch. My mama said it was a good show, because that means she wants somebody to talk about it with.
She want to about the TV show. Okay.
But I do think, overall impressions, I think it's a well-made show. It's well thought out. I don't like that it's... No. I do like that it's not cliche.
Yes, me too. That's my favorite part about it.
Yes, it's not cliche. It's not that it's trying to put ñeños on a pedestal, that they're perfect and all this stuff. It's like, this is reality. At the end of the day, these are human beings. They're going to do human being things. Yeah, I do like that.
And being in such a big household, it's just like the main thing is like, I feel like they're always in competition with each other. And the show does a great job with just like showing that.
So that's actually my next question.
Oh my God, I'm doing such a great job.
Can we stop being in sync?
And she did not send me these questions, guys.
Living in a Keurou family. What are your take? What is your take on that?
Well, from my own experience, I have no experience.
No. Don't speak from your experience.
Okay.
You don't have experience?
I don't.
I don't have experience.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
So let's just talk about the first time you saw episode 1, Baabel. Like, what is your take on the situation in Baabel? Don't personalize it.
So I don't like it. I don't think living in a good family is a good idea. Because of the show, it's so much that goes on. It's like every day is something else. And I'm sorry, my biggest fear is just like having so many eyes on me at once. And I feel like Fa coming in from France, that's exactly what happened to her.
Yeah.
And that's going to last a long time before a new wife comes. But who going to get another wife?
That's true.
Who going to get another wife?
Stop it. I have to stop you right here and say that for people who are listening or watching this episode, if you have not seen Baabel, a lot of things we're going to say are not going to make sense, because we're going to be talking about specific people and specific scenarios. So if you have not seen Baabel, I can't tell you to go watch it, then listen to the episode.
I can go watch it.
But it's a lot of episodes, right? But all I can tell you is to try to contextualize what we're saying. So we'll try to be as descriptive as possible. But if you haven't seen Baabel, it's going to be hard to follow along with this conversation, because we are speaking about specific scenarios and specific people. Like when she says that who's going to get another wife is going to be Ibn Cham. Probably not. If you don't know who Ibn Cham is, that's not going to make sense to you. But I agree with you. Like, is Ibn Cham really going to get married? No, probably not.
Because what they did was, remember that one episode where the girl showed up?
Yes.
She never showed up again.
Which I was hopeful that, they're going to show that the odd one out, the black sheep of the family, can actually find love. Yeah. And they never followed through with it. Yeah. So it's like, what's going on? But going back to the Keurou family, right? So for those of you who are listening or watching, if you don't have context, the context is a house with like the father. He has sons or daughters, excuse me. And then the sons bring their wives into the house. That's what's called a Keurou family. That's like big family house. Yeah. So in the show Baabel, you have Njugacham, who is the head of household. He has his sons, and their sons bring their wives into the house. Yes. And so all the wives, the co-wives, are living together. That's what's called Keurou family. So you're saying that that's not good. Which I don't want to put you in that position to say like good or bad. I don't think it's black and white. I think it depends. But overall, I would lean towards unfavorable.
I think it's more so black and white than it is in the gray.
You think so?
Because, I mean, this is the day and age. We're in the 21st century. Like back in the day, seeing your mommy, yeah. But us,
yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
We're independent as women. Like, and it's just so much that goes on that we I feel like we necessarily don't have experience in it, so it's hard to like deal with it. I feel like that's what Fa is going through. She has no experience in these things, so she like just is randomly in these situations. She has no idea what to do.
Like she wants to do good, but it's hard for her too.
And that's what makes me so sad.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think she should have came to the house.
Yeah, but you know what? She wants to be a good wife, and she want to follow after. Because what does it look like?
So that's where I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
What is the definition of a good wife? Is it that you have to do what your husband's family says, or that you have to do what your husband wants? And another layer on top of that, is your husband the type to do what his family wants over what his wife wants? So here's my take on it.
Okay.
I think that it's noble that she wanted to try, that she wanted to come and live in the family house. She didn't want to separate her husband from his family. But at the end of the day, this is my thought, and it might be unpopular. I think your nuclear family goes above your broader family.
Absolutely.
So for like those of you who know what Baabel is all about, I think Xalil has a greater responsibility to Fa than his family.
Absolutely.
He married her. Her parents gave her away to him.
Absolutely.
So he has to protect her. He has to cover her.
Absolutely.
He has to take care of her.
Yes.
So your family's happiness shouldn't come above her safety, because at this point she's not safe.
She is not safe. And I feel like that's where a lot of people come to like make a mistake.
Yes.
Because you should see that he needs to be able to like protect this person. Like she has nobody in the house, so she
only knows you.
Let's just think about a scenario where a person comes into Stacey in a good family. Now Fashi at least was married 2 years and then came.
Yeah.
But imagine brand new, you probably don't know your in-laws, or you just moved into a house with them. And they already say you don't know anybody until you live with them. And that goes for your husband. Right.
Okay.
But just imagine the family.
Yes.
And then it's not just the family. You have other families because other wives. It's just a lot.
I think it's too much all at once. And I think if you don't have a man that is willing to step above, like go above and beyond to protect you and speak out for you, because you as a wife, it's going to be very hard. Culturally, it's hard for you to speak up for yourself. Yeah. If your husband is not willing to do that for you, you're going to get mistreated. Absolutely. You're going to get mistreated all in the name of Sabi.
And at that point, is it worth it? If my husband's family is against me, and then my husband is not protecting me, why am I there?
You asking the wrong person. Because my whole answer is no. I don't think that you. Okay, let me take a step back.
Come on.
I think that your overall family, your father, your mother, your sisters, and your brothers come second to your wife. Okay. Because your wife is who you're creating a new family with. Yes. So this is who you are accountable to. When you go up to God and Allah, like when you go up to Allah, He's going to ask you, how did you manage your family? And I know a lot of people think that family is the broader family, cousins, aunts, uncles. No. Your family is your husband, your wife, your kids.
And so on and so on.
So this is not to say like you should go into battle with your family to protect your spouse. Yeah. But your spouse comes. Is that bad to say?
No, it's not bad to say. But as the person, as the individual, if you are the husband, I think it's very hard to differentiate whether your wife is slightly the problem or your family, because you want to make you
want to make everybody happy.
Yeah, and you want to see the good in everybody.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that, but I still don't think it's that hard to understand you as the person that you pick to be your wife. Now, that is another thing that I want to ask you about, because sometimes you don't even pick your wife. So it's hard to protect.
That's the problem.
It's hard to protect somebody that you did not pick. It's hard to protect somebody that you don't love, and that somebody like that. It's hard to be there for somebody that you didn't pick for. Yes.
Your favorite character?
Awa Cheikh?
Yeah.
She's not my favorite. I hate Awa Cheikh. We're going to get to that in a second. But I think that's a good distinction to make.
I think so too.
The person that you marry, it has to be somebody that you you will go to war for.
Absolutely.
If not, your family is going to walk all over that person. You're not even going to realize it.
I always say, I think I told you this the other day, I always say, a person needs to be in love. Well, I'm going to say this in love.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Awa Cheikh, Mom, I have her as a bullet point right here. Awa Cheikh,
okay, because I'm excited.
You're not Awa Cheikh. Do your man known.
Okay.
But I think, that's a good overall take on like Keurou Famille.
Yeah.
The husband has to be willing to protect the wife.
Absolutely.
Keurou Famille, Meptina, it's not easy, so you have to know what you're signing up for. So I think Fa, when she was signing up for Keurou Famille, she really thought it was going to be like easy peasy.
She looked at all the pros.
And never looked at the cons. Surtout if there's a lot of men who are bringing their other wives. So then if you're going to have a lot of co-wives, and co-wives in this sense doesn't mean your husband's wives. It means your husband's brother's wives.
Yeah.
Those are your co-wives. So would you pet your great? If you are not ready and you don't have thick skin, it's going to be a hard uphill climb for you to deal with those people.
I do think so too.
Unless they're just very, very nice, which is not always the case.
I guess for me, I didn't really realize that wives of your siblings are in such a competition with each other.
Oh, how about would you bet your
Well, because I feel like, okay, so I guess I'm naive to it, and I didn't grow up in that kind of household.
Yeah.
And I've only seen it in the show. But for me, it's like, I'm not in competition with you as somebody else's wife. I feel like, then maybe we might have a competition. But
would you bet your grade? Sometimes it's worse than regular would you.
And that's what's crazy to me.
Sometimes your husband's brother's wives are more in competition with you than your own husband's second wife or third wife or fourth wife. It's crazy. But you know what?
Yeah,
we could go on a soapbox about that. So we won't do that.
Yeah.
The next thing I want to ask you about is Xalil and Fa. We kind of talked about it a little bit, that he does protect her in the house. But how do you feel about their relationship in general?
I love their relationship. Okay. I love the fact that they had 2 years under their belt before they came into Family's good family. But I don't like how the story plays out. At the very beginning, it was great. But I think one of my biggest pet peeves is like when you hear something about someone and you don't go check. And you just believe that thing, and then you go off there. And I feel like that is where Xalil is going. And if he keeps going that way, he's going to lose his wife.
He is.
And he's going to regret it.
But do you think that's a human reaction? Or just like a flaw?
Reaction. But I feel like as we grow up, you learn to get out of that.
That's true. I think that's one of the consequences of being in a Keurou family. I know it's the last point we talked about, but I'm telling you, sometimes it's like when you're surrounded by so many opinions,
influence,
and so many of them, like, and let's say all the opinions around you are saying one thing, and then your wife is saying something different.
Yeah,
you're more likely to believe.
It's like, who's the common denominator
here? Yeah. That's a good one.
That is a good
All right, moving on. So, okay, I'm not going to stay on that one too long. I want to ask you about a specific scene that happened in the series. So let's think back to when Xalil and Fa had to go to the courthouse to sign, like legally get married. So they had gotten religiously married. Which, by the way, why is it 2 years later that they're getting legally married?
Well, because they've been in France.
Anyways, so 2 years later, almost 3 years, because the next episode they're celebrating the 30-year anniversary. Okay. But anyways, let's say like they're in the courthouse. The family of Xalil is there, as far as we know. I think one person of Faz is there, but they're getting legally married, and they have to sign monogamy or polygamy. For those of you listening or watching, monogamy is when the man signs that he's going to be with one wife. Polygamy is when he is signing that he can take on up to 2, 3, or 4 wives. So that's polygamy, poly or mono. How do you feel about that scene?
I think, I'm thinking I know how Senegal works.
Okay.
And you only need 4 témoins. You only need 4, what's the word I'm looking for?
Witnesses.
Witnesses. So they have too many witnesses. And I feel like the more people that come, it's a lot of opinions. And I feel like that's probably something they should have talked about behind closed doors.
Okay.
And came out and just did it with their 4 witnesses. You start adding people, your brothers, their wives, they have nothing to do with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all these opinions are influenced. And I feel like that's what happened to Khalid. Because he was going to sign monogamy. But all his family was trying to like tell him polygamy. And Fa, being a good wife, she couldn't say, no, you have to sign monogamy. I mean, monogamy, yeah. So it is what it is. But I think with every relationship is different. I mean, our religion does let us do it. I used to think, you said, you haven't said nothing since I said. I said, you start talking. Tell me. Come on. Give me your opinion. I'm ready. Whew.
I agree with you that, well, I don't think it's a problem that the people were there. Mm-hmm. I think it's a problem that all these people had opinions.
Yeah, but people equal opinions.
I know. But I think going back to the point that we made earlier about the fact that Fa and Xalil have been married for over 2 years. Mm-hmm. Why have y'all not discussed this?
They have.
Did they?
I think so. They made it seem like they were going to sign monogamy. So
then, is Fa being a hypocrite and just saying, listen.
She had no other choice.
Why?
Because right then and there, she would have been crucified if she would have made him sign polygamy.
But there were so many other scenarios before that she could have been crucified, that she chose to be the independent, like opinionated. You know what I'm saying? Like there were other instances in the house where she stood up for herself. Mm. In this instance, she chose to appease the people who came to the ceremony. That's all good. That's all fine and dandy. My whole opinion. You asked me for my opinion, right?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
What's the question?
No, go ahead and keep going.
What I'm saying
this one is good.
What I'm saying is, you have all these people come to the ceremony. Mm-hmm. The ceremony people are asking your husband now, what is he gonna sign? Mm-hmm. Polygamy or monogamy? Mm-hmm. Why don't you be quiet? Nopil?
Yes.
Let him.
Yes.
Let the choice come from him, right? You don't have to try to say like, I'm enough for you. I know you will never do it. Therefore, go ahead and sign polygamy. Because I know, I'm sure of myself, and I know this will never happen. Just, Nopil. Let him.
Put that into
don't be overconfident because pride and arrogance is not good.
It doesn't really work well.
Life is you never know. So I just don't like the fact that
which is exactly what's happening right now because this man signed polygamy.
So I don't like the fact that she took it upon herself to reassure him that's going to be fine no matter what, because no, it wouldn't have. Number two, none of those people needed to have that much of an opinion. Everybody has something to say. And at the end of the day, I feel like, number one, y'all should have talked about it way before. Mm-hmm. Number two, when the person said, go ahead and sign, Xalil, mm-hmm. he should have just signed. Nobody needed to know what signed.
You actually signed.
But they made it a thing to the point where he had to justify. He felt like, if I sign monogamy, these people are going to look at me as less than. Then she took it upon himself to, which I do appreciate the fact that she uplifted her husband in that moment.
Okay, I was about to say
because
that.
She did say like she knew that him signing monogamy would have belittled him. Mm-hmm. But then we have to talk about why. Why is it that a man who decides I'm gonna sign monogamy is so embarrassing? Bad. Why is it so bad?
Well, I think and they say this in the episode. It's just like we're Muslim and so it's like, who are we to say, no, you're not going to get a fatwa even though you're allowed?
I agree with that. The comeback that I have for that is there are a lot of women who did sign polygamy with their husbands, and then they thought that he would never do it. And then when he did do it, they had a problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my whole thing is she should have just kept quiet, even if he signed polygamy. He was probably going to sign polygamy. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. His brothers were all there. The macho energy was heavy in the room. He was probably always going to sign polygamy. Mm-hmm. But if he was going to sign polygamy, that should have just come from him being like, this is me. Mm-hmm. And then they could go home and maybe argue about it for a couple.
You feel like she shouldn't have said nothing.
I don't think she should have said anything because I don't
like it. What does that do?
It's pompous. It's arrogant. It's like, I trust myself. I know you would never do it. Therefore, go ahead and sign it. It's like, baby girl, relax.
Take a separate seat.
He's probably gonna sign polygamy anyways, right? But I don't think that she had to take on all that responsibility, because by her giving that speech that she did, it basically put it out in the air that if he does get a second wife, it's her fault. Because what she said was...
Or that she's not allowed to leave.
No. Listen to me.
You said you wanted it.
Listen to what I'm saying.
What?
She said, I'm enough for a first, second, third, and fourth. You don't need another wife. So go ahead and sign for another wife, because I know I will not fail on my mission.
Okay.
So anytime that he decides to go and get another wife, it's going to come off as she didn't do her job. I don't like that.
I can see that.
I don't like that.
Yeah. That whole situation right there, I don't really like to talk about the polygamy and monogamy thing, because
I hate talking about it.
Yeah.
I hate talking about it because we get into like the religious side of it.
And it makes you feel bad, even though you know you don't want that. But it's like, oh, because my religion said so, it's okay.
Yeah. It's a catch-22. You really can't win.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just want to say, you can't love two people at once. Got it. Go.
Okay. Agree. So now I want to talk about Sadikh and his wives. So he has the first wife. For those of you who have no context, just so you can follow along with the conversation, he has a first wife that he married who is his family. So probably a cousin.
Yes, definitely.
He did it out of... Okay.
Yeah.
So he married his aunt's daughter. If you're listening and you're like, that's first cousins. Yes, we do that. Thank you very much. Let's move on.
Absolutely.
He married his first wife out of obligation, we can say.
Yes.
And then a couple of years later, not a couple of years, like many, many years later, because he has kids that are teenagers.
And he said he one episode, he said he was 18.
Yes, he married her at 18. So he was young, influenced, coerced, whatever you want to look at it as. Years later, he marries his Satan, his second wife, who he loves. That's his lokati. What is it? Tomate lokati? That's his tomate lokati. That's his person. The first wife don't mean nothing compared to the second wife.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
I have several opinions. My first opinion is, well, I guess I can't really say this, because I was going to say, as a grown-ass man, sorry.
You can say that.
As a grown man, you should be able to pick your own wife. Granted, he was only 18.
Okay, I was about to say, do you think 18 is grown?
He wasn't a man.
Okay.
Yet, technically.
Okay.
Another thing is, for him, I understand. Listen, let me tell you, I'm this kind of person who can see both sides. So I see both sides.
Let's not do that right now. No. I need you to take a stance right now.
Okay, how do I feel?
Yes. It's black or white. How do you feel about Sadikh marrying a first wife out of obligation, mistreating her, and then marrying a second wife that he loves dearly, and then mistreating the first wife on top of? Like, how do you feel about that? Don't be two sides to this.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay.
Because I feel like when somebody and then on top of that, that's your family, you should not be able to talk to that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what he does to Awa Cheikh all the time, and she takes it. But very nyakafied. But I feel like she can't say nothing or do anything because she's family. First cousin, Domu Bajan. No, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I hate to be the person that say yes or no, but I really am both sides. I see both sides. Okay. I see why Sadikh.
No, I do too. I'm just messing with you, but I do too.
I would see why he would get a second wife of someone he actually loved, because I said this earlier. So munu munyal Awa Cheikh because he don't like her. Bugu ko. Bugu ko, man. So
okay.
Yes. Georgia, typical second wife, messy.
Ruby.
Messy.
Yeah, she real messy.
All these things. And I think because she's so messy and petty, it makes him look at Awa Cheikh like, you haven't been doing not a good job ever since I was 18. You get what I'm saying? Georgia calls that girl Mad Awa, yo.
See, Awa Cheikh dafa ñàkk fayda.
Oh my god.
We have a spotlight on Awa Cheikh. So let's just take off suñu baaraam.
Is this where Awa Cheikh starts?
No.
Because I'm ready.
I still have to talk about Sadikh and his wives.
Okay, go ahead.
I think. Damn, I think what you think.
Okay, you try to.
I think the whole situation is so messed up.
It is so messed up.
I think that Sadikh, at 18, I cannot fault him for having married Awa Cheikh.
And if you watch the show, you know how Sadikh is. He is very in tune with his culture. He loves it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think this goes back to something we were talking about earlier with like Keurou Famille. So we talked about like the overall form of Keurou Famille, but like the essence of it is like Père Njuga moy kilifa gi.
right.
Domami, they do what he says. Sen Jabari, they do what
their
what
husband
no. They do what Père Njuga says. Because Père Njuga moy dirige kër gi. Comprends?
But then, am I married to your son? Or am I married to you?
No. But that's what I'm trying to say, Kady Fall, is like you cannot have two kings within one kingdom.
That's why you need to separate. Everybody need to disperse. Everybody need to have their own little house.
Yeah, I know that in our culture we love to do like the big family house and everything. But in my opinion, you cannot have a big family house with the head of household, his sons, and their wives.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, each of his sons, their families are individual families. What I want for my kids is not what you want for your kids. If we were sisters or if our husbands were brothers, we don't have the same vision of life. So I cannot say that our husbands respond or like are accountable to their father and then me and you are going to get along all the time.
Yeah.
Because kids, what you want for your kids and what I want for my kids is going to be different. So I just don't like the form of how we do it. I think you can still have like the kiliftif, the authority, the respect, and the love without us all living under the same roof. So I just wish they would have explored that a little bit more, where it's like Ben Juga is still the head of the house, like the head of the family, but the sons had the individuality that they needed for their own families. Because they're all so different.
They are all so different.
Why do we all have to live under the same roof?
I don't know. It's silly, pretty.
I don't really like that, and I think
I feel like I understand being near family, but you can live near family and not live under the same roof because there's no privacy. Like
you can live afar from family and still have love.
Absolutely.
I think people feel like you have to be on top of one another because of that control aspect of let me see what your wife is doing, let me see what you're doing for your wife, let me see what there's that aspect of like wanting to know everything and control everything, but in this day and age, if you want to have a peaceful life, you need to separate people.
Yes, you do.
Personalities are different.
Absolutely.
People are different. People think different. People want different things.
Absolutely.
And so you just, you can't have people living all in the same house and have harmony.
No. Yeah, I totally understand. Awa Cheikh. No, Sadikh and
his wife. No, we talk about Sadikh because Awa Cheikh, I put special highlight Awa Cheikh.
I'm weak.
Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Awa Cheikh?
Yes.
You go first. You should love her so much.
Awa Cheikh, I think she's a hypocrite.
Explain more.
I think there's a lot of Awa Cheikhs in the world. I don't want to just say Senegal.
Absolutely.
Because that seems like I'm attacking my own culture. But I think there's a lot of Awa Cheikhs in the world and there's a lot of Awa Cheikhs in Senegal. I think what happens is what you're living is BS. You're being mistreated. You're not getting a fair cut and a fair chance at life. But you want to be seen as a good person.
Want to be seen or actually just naturally a good person?
No.
Okay.
I think if Awa Cheikh was a good person, she wouldn't let Nabugay put none in Fa's food and not say nothing about it because everybody had to eat that food.
Yeah, and
if there was something poisonous, everybody would have died.
And you're right, because she sat there and was not about to eat, but was watching people eat.
And then she said, "Let me leave. So you consciously understand this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
You watch things happen in the house without saying anything. You cannot be a good person and do those things. She wants to be seen as a good person. As a munkat, as somebody who is willing to endure.
As a munkat, I will agree on that. But I feel like Awa Cheikh, her problem is I think the number one thing that you can do wrong is be in a relationship and not know yourself.
Okay.
And not know your strengths. And just not, and when you get married young,
I was about to say,
unfortunately in our culture, like, your marriage is your life.
I was about to say, if I can give Sadikh grace for getting married at 18, maybe I should give her grace for to.
If Sadikh was 18, she probably was younger, honestly.
16,
they
17.
Don't really say how old she is.
They don't.
But I don't like to say that somebody's voiceless, but she literally has no voice. Now, she could come in and do all these things, but I feel like she can't because it's always gonna come back to the family. See Moko. Yeah, see Moko, honestly, I'm not really sure what the percentage is of how many of them actually work, because I feel like a lot of them don't work.
But I also feel like work is a relative word. Being together after 50 years in misery, that's not success.
No,
it's like, just because you've been married for a long time doesn't mean you were successful in that marriage.
Well, our
culture uses longevity. They say that they've been married forever. So that means it was
okay.
But do you think Awa Cheikh's marriage, even though people on the outside might, because let's think about it this way: when she gives birth, he probably does a really good ngente for her. So people probably think she's living her best life. She is miserable. People on the outside will look at the fact that she's been married for 15, 20 years, and they were like, that's a good marriage. It's not.
But here's the thing. You also should not judge. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors.
For who?
Just in general, outside people. Don't just see people in a relationship and their pictures on their Instagram and think, oh my God, they're having the best relationship ever. You don't know what's going on behind that camera, those closed doors, anything.
But for Awa Cheikh, we know she's miserable.
She is miserable.
Ken fale wuko. Luko Leila, ya pigeon yi kër gi yene yam. Des fois ñu faté len jox lek.
Yeah.
I think I understand what you're saying, and I agree. You cannot overgeneralize. But I think we can say that for a lot of marriages, if you marry out of obligation, you're most likely not happy.
Yes, absolutely.
I think the only people, and this is going to be bad if I say it, like, Indians have a high success rate. And if you're watching the show, I'm putting success in quotes because they're still together. But if we're measuring happiness, you cannot measure happiness based off of longevity. Being together for a long time does not mean you're happy.
Absolutely.
So that's what I have to say about Awa Cheikh. I also think she's nyakfaida. She has no backbone. She just doesn't speak. Like, she doesn't have a voice. And she's gotten to the point where Sadikh, her husband, doesn't respect her.
He don't respect her at all.
Her kids barely respect her. Aww. Nobody in the house respects her. She's just there.
She's like a bump on the log.
I wasn't going to say that, but pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Awa Cheikh. Is it my turn?
Yes.
I think Awa Cheikh is nyakfaida.
Okay.
Because I feel like, just as an individual, nobody should ever disrespect you like that. I feel like my husband should not disrespect me like that. I feel like your family should not disrespect me like that. Kids or anybody.
Nobody.
I'm telling you the truth. Like,
it's true.
Come on now.
Yeah, it's true.
I was something I was going to say earlier. I completely forgot. But Awa Cheikh is just...
No, Awa Cheikh, her problem is she wants to maintain this image so bad that she's willing to do it at the expense of her dignity. Like,
but how can you really say that? What if that's just the kind of person she is? So there's people who are just very nice people, and that's where the nyakafaida comes in.
I don't think nice equals nyakafaida.
I don't.
You're a nice person. You're not nyakafaida. I'm a nice person. I'm not nyakafaida. Yeah. Now, our boundaries may be different. I think some people will tolerate less than others.
Absolutely.
But man gisaguma Awa Cheikh, what are her boundaries?
The bed, maybe a little bit.
ñàkk na fay la trop waaye man bëgguma lii waaye.
I said it again, come on. Mona, but I'm out there and you can we just talk about that scene where she came in her sexy?
I cannot.
In the best section she could.
I cannot talk about
and
that.
And that's just the section she could do. Okay.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No. How about no.
But back in the day, maybe that's what sex was.
No. You know why I say that? Mm-hmm. Because when you get married, in Senegalese culture, when you get married, they give you a basket.
Yeah.
The basket got a lot more sexy things in there than what Awa Cheikh had on.
Yeah.
Awa Cheikh hiredina, Awa Cheikh wiredina, Awa Cheikh banyabum, Awa Cheikh banyu satan, Awa Cheikh nyo bany.
Yo, she walked in with the fat on and she kept...
No, Kady Fall fat big.
Honestly, the worst part was the yumba suletma. Where's the yumba suletma?
The problem is not the yumba suletma.
It gotta be it.
Awa Cheikh decided to siru malikan bi la jël woddoo ko.
But that can honestly be sexy because let's talk about your other favorite character.
You don't let me finish.
But what's your other favorite character?
No, what I'm saying is like I know what you're getting at.
Okay.
It's somebody like Sohna Bato from the other scene.
Thank you.
When she would put it on, it would be sexy. Me, Awa Cheikh more high. You might want do dende. Awa Cheikh bole wusi salang. She don't have no.
She said, so there could you or something like that. I'm sorry, that's not funny because that's actually so embarrassing. Like I felt so bad for her. He literally belittled her.
He's repulsed by her.
He said, "Say Then he got mad when she said George's name. She said,
No. She said, "Good George." He said, "Boko wakate bohla lamota George ne correct."
Yes. That was funny.
He literally hates her.
Yeah. But so let's talk about this. At what point do you just divorce the person?
10 years ago.
Like seriously, but he's so religious and just so into his culture.
Who?
Sadikh.
No. I don't want you to say that. I'm so mad at you said that.
Of what?
If Sadikh was religious, if Sadikh respected his religion, he would not treat her the way that she does. So here's my problem. People want a certain amount of respect, a certain amount of obedience, a certain amount of adoration, and they do not put their part in. Sadikh cannot demand anything from Awa Cheikh because Sadikh does not treat Awa Cheikh right. You get what I'm saying?
No, I do understand that.
You cannot have the horse before the carriage.
Yeah.
He is not a good husband. Therefore, she cannot be a good wife. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can understand. Awa Cheikh could probably come out butt naked.
He don't care.
He does not care because he's not a good husband.
Yeah.
He doesn't see any of that. So
is he not a good husband because he just never loved a girl?
Yes.
Okay. So it goes back to...
I can say that. Yeah, I can confidently say it's because he doesn't love her.
Yeah.
But then why do you have 2 kids with her? That's another problem that I have is like, dang, is it the chicken or the eggs? Because why would he...
Well, because I know how men are.
I know at 18 you were young, yes. But at some point we cannot absolve him of all responsibility.
Well, maybe he felt like I'm going to back. I mean, what you want to do? Be married to the person and just never fornicate?
Mais boo fornicate ba pare nga assumé.
Yeah.
Munoo fornicate ak man jox ma ay doom ba pare do assumé.
Yeah. But you know what the problem is? Well, this is the last day. Famille am si boppam ñoo ko bàyyi si la nekk and Awa Cheikh too. Bon, que su fekkoon su ñu fekk benn Kady Fall wax la li ma la war a wax ba rago juróom ba teg loxoom bi si xib bi nii ndax dootoo ko defati yow.
Okay. Next topic. Yeah. And this actually is directly tied to the objective of the podcast.
Okay.
Diodio not wanting kids either right away or at all. Because we don't know yet. Right? Yeah. She's taking birth control. Her husband, so Diodio, for those who are listening or watching, Diodio is the second wife of Sadikh, who we were just cussing out because of Awa Cheikh. But Sadikh is one of the brothers in the house. He has 2 wives. He doesn't love the first one. He has a second one that he claims to love. And she
does not live in a household.
Yeah, she doesn't live in a household, but she's taking birth control pills, and he wants her to stop because his reasoning is, if you love me and I love you, why are we not having kids after 2-3 years of marriage? Mm-hmm. Her reasoning is, what? Do you think she doesn't want kids? Or
I don't think she wants kids
at all.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? Because that's directly tied to Jeune Maman podcast.
I think everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Okay. Because let's just talk about this. Having a child is a lot, and a lot of people cannot deal with it. You know, like it takes a lot. It takes up all of your energy, and some people just don't want that. They'd rather be that rich auntie that come pick up your kid and not have to take care of a person 24 hours, 365 days a week. That's a lot to ask in a person.
It is.
Now, granted, I think you should have that conversation before you get married, because if we don't agree, if you want a baby and I don't want a baby, we should not get married, because it's going to get to a point where I'm going to want one really, really bad, and you're going to still going to say no. I'm going to resent you. You're going to resent me for wanting something, wanting to change me. It doesn't really work like that. But I think if you don't want kids, you don't want kids. I've seen them. I've seen people who got a lot of kids and can't take care of them. Because as a teacher, I feel like I can see both sides. Okay. Because I've seen terrible parents. Okay. And I've also seen good parents. And I've also seen people, I'm just like, why did you have a kid? You know? Yeah. And then so you're bringing that person into this world and you cannot take care of them. You're neglecting them. You're abusing them. You might as well not have that kid. You know? Yeah. There's a lot of kids that are being mistreated out there. Their parents don't want them.
That's very, very true.
And that's a terrible feeling to feel.
That's true. I feel like for Diodio in our culture, for her to verbalize it is so crazy. Yes. I think you either have women who want kids and have kids, or you have women who want kids and don't have kids. Yes. You never have anything other than those two. Yes. So when you have somebody like Diodio who says, she doesn't know if she's capable of having kids yet because she's never had one. But for her to be taking birth control and to say that I'm not ready, even that is like, what? Yeah. After 2-3 years, 1 year is a long time in Senegalese culture.
You know, they don't plan it.
They do not. So for her to be taking birth control and to verbalize that she's not ready to be a mom yet, I love that she says, I'm not ready to be a mom and I'm not ready to have kids. Like, because she's not putting the burden on the kid of like, I don't want to have a kid, because then that makes it seem like the kid is a problem. Yeah. She's just saying, she's recognizing I'm not ready to be a mom. And let's be honest, there's a lot of people who are not ready to be moms. Absolutely. Who are moms. Nabugoy in that same series is not ready to be a mom, because we just think it's the form of having a baby. But there's a lot that goes into it.
You have to, like, you literally are raising this person to be out there in the world. So you're directly responsible responsible of who they become.
Yes. But I will say, given that, and this is controversial, because there are people who are in love and don't want kids. But I will say, in our culture,
absolutely,
Senegalese culture, yes, to marry the man you love, and for him to love you back, you want to have kids. So I think it's like a dicey situation for her to have been with this man for 2-3 years and to still not want to get pregnant. Yeah. Does she love him?
Probably not.
Probably not.
And what you just said, I feel like I can personally connect to, because as a child, I don't know if I should tell you this, but anyways, like in my earlier lives, I used to say, I don't care.
I think that's fair to say.
It is fair to say, because I didn't think I could do it. But now that I'm married, I'm in love, I'm ready to have a husband, kid.
I think it's like and it's not any shade to people who are married to the love of their lives and still don't want kids. It's not any shade to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like, if you are in that position where you're married to the love of your life, some part of you processes the fact that you could have a baby and it will be the best time of your life.
Well, this is my thing. What does Sadikh do if Georgia can't have kids? Because you're saying, oh, we're in love, we should have kids. But what if she cannot have kids? Then what happens? Are you going to get a third wife?
I think Sadiq's real character will come out. That Sadikh married a first wife that he wasn't in love with. He married a second wife as social revenge. And if she cannot give him what she wants, she will get a rude awakening that this man is not as good as she thinks he is.
Absolutely.
Because any man that treats his first wife like that is not a good man. So she gonna get hers too. She's not gonna want to have kids. She's gonna go marry a third wife.
Ooh, I feel bad for Georgia.
All right, that was fun. Overall takeaways
of Baabel.
Yes, Baabel.
I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Okay.
I'm excited to see what happens with Layla. I'm excited to see what's this whole situation with Fa and the whole family thinking about the sitting through and all that. And I'm excited to see I think the show evolved because let me tell you something about Senegalese shows. They start off really, really good. And then they get really, really bad.
This is why I swore off Marodi for so long. Yeah. Because Marodi likes to build up a good show and then just drop the ball right at the last minute.
Absolutely.
But I'm excited for this one too.
Me too. We're 21 episodes in, and so far they haven't let us down. And I think a lot of people actually really like that show. And we know the person who is the creator of the show or whatever. So I'm excited to kind of see where it goes.
I have words if this doesn't go well.
What you gonna say?
No, because karma really messed me up. Yeah. The fact that there was just a lot of things morally that I had a problem with, logistically that I had a problem with. Like karma, you and I have a very long history, a complicated history. But I think Baabel, because for so long, it's been out for 2 months. Yeah. And I refuse to watch it.
You did.
You convinced me.
But now you're all I know. You love it.
That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
If this doesn't end well, I'm coming for you.
What? Me? Why me?
Because I swore off Marodi. And I'm also a ñeño, Kady Fall.
Girl.
So when I first heard about the show, I was like, this is going to trigger me. Yeah. It's going to raise some things out of me. I do like that it's not cliche. It's not trying to put us on a pedestal. We are human just like everybody else.
Absolutely.
Which, shocker, right? Yeah. Like people in Senegal really did they think ñeños was different?
Well,
we do the same things everybody else does.
Is it really that bad though? Honestly, it seems like y'all don't. It seems like it's worse.
What?
Yeah.
You're going to worse yet.
I'm just saying, based off the show, it looks like you worse. Because the things that they care about.
Kady Fall and karma, they were killing people. You never talked about those people. And now, Baabel, they putting salt in people's food and you think that's worse?
Yes.
That is the end of this episode. You ever think?
I'm just saying, man. I just think too much is too much.
What is too much though?
Good for me. Ñeños. My bad. Sorry. This is not against all the... Yeah, I'm sorry. Because she's going to try to put me against y'all. And that's just not the thing. If this is the way your household is ran, this is messed up. But you got to think about mental health. And I guess Senegal don't believe in mental health.
They do. It's just not widespread. It's not on a big screen like we think it should be. But I'm very offended by everything. I'm very offended.
Are you? That's not normal, shawty.
The things that they're doing?
Yes.
This is lukewarm compared to what some families are doing. Yo,
okay, so
now y'all
get over here. I ain't got to deal with that at all.
Yeah, then you're gonna yes. Yeah, you have a problem. Yeah, maybe. I'm just kidding. But I think it does speak to the human aspect of people. It does not matter. People are human. I think that's the biggest takeaway for me. Like it could be called Baabel, it could be called Gaulo, it could be called whatever. It does not matter. People are human. There are human emotions that are being evoked in people.
I do agree with that.
Yeah,
I do agree with that.
I think to bring your new wife into a family home, it doesn't matter who you are.
You need to protect that person.
Haitian. Yes, you need to protect that person. There's going to be drama. You got to prepare yourself, brace yourself, and let's go. So I think that's my biggest takeaway.
If I was Xalil, I would have got that apartment.
If I
was Fa, I would encourage him to get that apartment. But here's the thing though. When you're freshly married, you're just excited about all these things. So you're just excited about adventure. You don't really listen to people as well when they tell you this is not right. And her mom egged her on.
But I think this is a good ending point for the episode.
Okay.
I've been married coming up on 3 years, 6 months. So I'm in it. Cupcake phase?
I'm just like scratching the surface
of it. I think this is a good point for us to tell our listeners, especially the ladies. Start something you can finish. Don't be over here trying to be super junge. Don't be here trying to be super like agreeable to the point where you agree to things that you know you cannot uphold.
Yeah.
And also, don't be too positive. Life gets hard.
Yeah.
Things get hard. People change, and marriage is hard. Marriage is not easy. So don't sit here thinking that how it starts with y'all both on vacation, not working, no pressure, no nothing.
Yeah.
It's how it's gonna continue
for life. Yeah.
When y'all start living together, you start working, he start working. You have other obligations, he has other commitments. Then that's when things start getting real.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a good takeaway for people to be like, okay, for Fabintu and for Xalil, they're in the cupcake phase. In the very beginning.
2 years?
No, but for the beginning, because even for the 2 years, they were still living together, and now they have a new experience of living in the family. So for a while, they've been in the cupcake phase of not really knowing what the marriage will look like because they've been in transition.
Is this the first thing that challenged their marriage?
This is probably the first thing that did challenge their marriage.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah, it is. And so, that's mom.
Yeah, guys, that's Baabel. So you haven't watched it, go watch it, form your own opinion. Come back, let's talk about it.
Yes, I agree. That was cute. So I'm just going to end it right there. Thank y'all.
Thank you for having me.